Hello everyone, welcome to Laura's Lane. I am Laura and you're cruising along with me. Basically, this channel is all about health, the health of the body, the mind, and your spirit. So I just got some new cards. I don't normally do Saturdays, but I figured, hey, I got some new cards and I want to share it with you guys. So we're going to do a card pull. And while I do a little shuffling here, I thought I'd just, talk to you briefly. I know I talk about my silver a little bit on the end of some of my videos, but I just wanted to talk to you briefly. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do invest in silver and gold. And the reason I do that is because it is the one thing that maintains its value. We were taken off the gold standard in 1971, and then our money became fiat money. And the Federal Reserve is not a federal agency. It is I don't even know if I can say this on YouTube. Anyway, I'll just stop with that. But you research that if you want some more information. The point that I'm getting at is that our money over time has lost its value. As you know, 10, 20 years ago, you could buy so much more. Like you go to the grocery store at $100, you would have had like a full basket. Now it's almost just like, if you go to Whole Foods or something, it's almost like one bag is $100, if not more. So the gold and silver maintain their value. And silver is especially unique because the big banks have shorted it. And in the long run, I can't explain the details. I don't know if I fully understand the whole thing, but what it means is that there's a bunch of people with paper and the banks kind of sold stuff they didn't have. So this causes a problem. That's why the price has risen so dramatically. Also, we need it for all our technology. So there's a high demand for silver, and silver's going up. So in October, we finally crossed the $50 threshold, and now we are over $100. So when I first gave some information about this back in October, had somebody invested $100, they would have $200. If you had invested, $10,000, you'd now have $20,000 that quick. It's not too late to get in. I'll put the information of how I purchased my silver and gold. There's a special account, and I'll stick that at the end of the video. But if you have questions, just reach out to me at LaurasLaneInfo. Oh, there we go. Got these beautiful cards for the weekend. Let's see what it says. This one's upside down. Oh, we got a whole bunch, you guys. Okay, so we got lack of faith, denial, empowerment, disharmony, fear of change, and resistance. Jeez, this is a heavy one, huh? But I think we can, if we're not having faith in ourselves, then we might have to take a look at what we're denying about ourselves. This again is the shadow work, right? So what are we denying about ourselves or the world? Are we seeing something through our glasses that is slanted one direction, and we're not really seeing the reality of the situation or the full picture? If you can tap into your empowerment, you can rise over the disharmony. So if you can be empowered, you can rise over the disharmony that you might be seeing by wearing these glasses, and also avoid fearing change and being resistant to that change. Okay, so this is a big one. If we're all coming up to something this weekend where we need to empower ourselves so we can have the faith and not be in denial about change, not be in denial about our resistance to change, not be in denial about the disharmony that our lack of faith or the lack of empowerment is causing us. I just want to show you, these cards are gorgeous. Okay, so a lack of faith denial, Are we really tapping into the reality, or do we have these glasses on that are not allowing us to see the truth? But if we step into empowerment, we can kind of skate through, and it's not skate through, that might be a little bit, I don't mean to minimize the situation, but it will help us deal with the disharmony of resistance to the fear of change. These are really cool cards. All right. So what are we denying? How do we empower ourselves to have the faith that is necessary to see clearly so that change and disharmony don't affect us negatively, that we can have the faith that we need to move through? I'm going to pull a card here really quickly. This is, these cards are separate. They deal with the chakras, basically. So which one pops out? Heart chakra. So this tells me if we can tap into our heart, get into that now moment, right? Love ourselves, love others. It's going to help us move through wherever this situation might be showing up, whether it's in our life or in the world at large. Remember, get your faith, the faith in yourself, right? Faith that even though we might feel that disharmony, we might feel that we're resistant to change, we can have faith and allow that change to flow through our empowerment. Whew. Then we don't have to deny something about ourselves or the world that maybe we've been denying up to this point. Man, these cards are gorgeous, but whoo, that's a big old reading. It looks like we might have a big old weekend. So I'm going to ask you and invite you to really consider doing that work on your heart. It could be breathing into your heart as you do your meditation. It can be not reacting to someone, which I just did. I reacted instead of taking that pause. Had I taken the pause, I could have been kinder, right? So maybe it's taking that pause, and that is activating the heart to say, okay, how can I respond to this with kindness? Or maybe not at all, just to remove yourself. I don't know, but let's tap into that heart. Let's tap into that love for ourselves. Let's tap into that love for mankind, for our brothers and our sisters on this planet, for our family, for our pets, for our loved ones. Let's give ourselves kindness, love, generosity. And when we do that, it's easier to spill over to others. And so I need to take my own advice because I was kind of reactive recently. Remember, reflect so that you can build yourself up and rise. Don't reflect to tear yourself down. It's very easy to go into what I was just about to go into, which is that, oh, why did I? Well, why? I just did it. I can reflect on it. I don't need to beat myself up. I can take a look. Catch myself next time. I will do better. I love these cards. Thanks for being with me. Yeah. You guys have this. Remember all those, if you didn't see my card pull from yesterday, it's going to be a great weekend. It really is. But we got to remember, keep that heart activated. Keep that heart activated. And don't be afraid of change, okay? Don't deny the reality in front of you. Maybe you need to take time to look and see, is the reality I'm seeing real? I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it might not be. A lot of things are presented to us in such a way that, whether it's from the media or even those around us, that's not necessarily totally true. So we got to trust ourselves. We have to have that faith in our judgment, right? Okay, so thank you. I hope you enjoyed this little Saturday pop-up card reading. I think this is cool. I know that I enjoy watching YouTube videos on the weekend, and there's not always a lot of information that comes out. So I figured I'd throw one out here for you guys. All right. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Cheers to you. Stay open, stay authentic, and I'll see you soon. Ciao. Hey, thanks for sticking around. I want to share with you something very cool. It is a company that I'm a part of, and I am going to share links that you could follow. I could sponsor you, and it is to invest, but it's to invest at your level. So if you know anything about our dollar, it's failing miserably, and it's lost so much value since we went off the gold standard. But I will be sharing more information, little tidbits about that over time on this channel. Important thing is, this company is amazing, and I'm so glad that I got involved with them. I think they're the first one ever to have an account like this, and it's called the Sound Money Wallet. And what you do is, whatever money you have left over that you choose that you want to invest, you can put it into this account and buy gold and silver fractionally. What that means is you don't need the total amount. So right now, silver is like over $70 an ounce, and maybe you don't have that. It's just like, I have kids, I'm working, I have these other things that I just can't afford it right now. So you can just say, okay, I got $20 this month or $20 this week. I'm going to throw it into that account, and it'll buy $20 worth of that amount of silver. And over time, that slowly starts to add up. And then you can take ownership, take like physical ownership of it once you have that full ounce. Obviously, you'll pay for shipping, but it's cool. You can also just quickly exchange it. So if there was an emergency, like your car breaks down or you need a new battery, you can just quickly go into the account, sell what you need to, and that money can be transferred over into your bank account. It is one of the coolest things that I've ever found. I got the links here. Go ahead and follow it. One is for the fractional gold, and that's gold and silver that you can purchase there. The other one is general. And if all the information that's available on those two links isn't enough for you, just reach out to me, okay? LaurasLaneInfo@yahoo.com. And cheers to you. Cheers to investing. Thanks for listening, and I will see you soon. Ciao.